Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana is currently doing something interesting, at least one of the most interesting things it's done in the last week or so, last couple of weeks, which is first break above the trend line. So first of all, we obviously had this quite strong move down on the 5th of August, right? Then we had a recovery, which I am labeling based on Elliott wave as a wave 1. That's the first wave of a larger 5-wave cycle. That's the current thesis, okay? And the third wave, for example, just to give you an idea, should take us to around about $245, and the fifth wave to around about 270. So this is what we are watching for, 5 waves here to the upside. We're dealing with wave 1 complete, wave 2 might be complete, too early to really confirm, but we have completed the move to the downside. Yeah, we were watching for like one more low in the support region. That happened. And obviously it could still go down further. There's still plenty of space if needed for a further correction all the way down to around about $119. But we're holding above it and we now broke above the trend line. So last communication on Twitter was that, look, we pretty much have a complete looking wave count to the downside. And then in previous updates, I also posted that a break above the red trend line could be a first indication that something has changed, that something is changing on this chart. Earlier today, I posted that on Discord as well, that, look, we've got a break above the trend line. It is just a signal that something is changing. It's not a confirmation from an Elliott wave point of view that we're really in the third wave now, but it is definitely a reason to watch the chart more closely now. And next objective for the bulls, now that we might have bottomed here in wave 2, again, it's still too early to confirm, especially on a weekend. The breakout on a weekend can hardly be trusted, but the next objective therefore for the bulls is a break above that last swing high at $152. That's going to be the next objective for the bulls, and then a break above it here. Circle wave 1 would be a break above 163, now let's say $164, because there are always 3 confirmation levels based on Elliott wave. Now talking about a trend reversal, right? So the first confirmation that here a wave 4 bottomed and we're back in an uptrend is the development of a 5-wave move. Well, that happened, potentially 5-wave move. Then the next confirmation is a 3-wave pullback into a support area which holds a higher low. It cannot be confirmed yet that this is a higher low, but for now we are holding a higher low. So as long as we're doing that at $119, because that's the key support, doesn't mean we have to test it. It just means we have to avoid a sustained break below it. Well, that's the second level of confirmation. And the third level of confirmation that this wave 4 bottomed is a break above the circle wave 1 high. So as we go higher and a break above this level, that could be confirmation that a third wave is unfolding, which has an ideal projection of $245 plus. So that doesn't mean necessarily that it's the best time to buy up here. Bear in mind, this is analysis. I'm not giving you financial advice. I help you understand the market structure. So typically it's interesting to buy when reward is high and risk is low, which is typically as deep as possible in such a support zone. But then obviously it's not clear if we're turning around, right? So there's always that balance between what's a decent reward to risk ratio and do I get some kind of a confirmation that a low is in. And one of those confirmations, not Elliott wave based necessarily, but that was a break above the trend line. So we now need to see if this is a sustained break. That's always a bit subjective, but any kind of, consolidation above the trend line is good. A close of the hourly candle above the trend line could be good, already now. Let's just double check that 30-minute closed already above the trend line. So yeah, but it's just not that, because it's weekend, it's not that we have a substantial breakout and, it's going to go to the moon. Bitcoin is also struggling with the trend line right now, but, I'd say if Bitcoin manages to break out above the trend line that we talked about in today's Bitcoin video, it might very well be that Solana, the bulls, are going to attack those next objectives, those next target levels I just mentioned. Yeah, that's the update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.